What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of History and Writing with local author Gennaro Lombardi here, aka your boy Gio, coming on here to do two things as usual: promote my books and show them off, and do a self-help video based upon a certain topic, which is a hot topic, at least in my algorithms when I'm scrolling through the internet, and everybody has an opinion on this topic. So I'd like to address it and go over it, and the topic of today is this. Today's question or topic we're going to talk about is, which everybody has an opinion on, is what is a real man, or what defines a man, right? It's like everybody's saying on the internet, a real man accepts a woman that's a certain size and a certain weight, right? A real man is a certain height. A real man goes to work and makes so-and-so amount of money. Everybody has an opinion. And when I scroll through the internet or YouTube shorts, these guys pop up in my algorithms. Like, you got Andrew Tate, manhood, save manhood, and male empowerment. And then you got James Peterson, who's a good guy, but he's a psychologist. He's more like a professor, and he doesn't laugh, and the guy doesn't smile. He's just hard-nosed and by the book and very stern, and this is how it is. And these guys are under attack because they're just trying to help men, and I get it. But it's like, for me, I'm just about self-empowerment. It's not about empowering anybody. It's like that's what self-help and motivation is. It's about making everybody better. So I don't get it, because when you try to just empower one person, and it's like, oh, well, I'm better than you, you're in this great competition. That's why men and women, to me, aren't really even getting along anymore, because everybody's trying to outcompete one another. There is no competition. We're just all supposed to help each other. And one guy said it best: if you want to be in a healthy relationship, it's not 50-50. It's 100%, 100%. You both put in what you can and do what you can, and inevitably you make ends meet. So I am going to answer this question and address it from my own life experience, and to show you or tell you why my vision of a man has changed a lot since I was a kid to now that I'm becoming an adult. So growing up, for me, my vision of a man was a little distorted, because I grew up around men that were literally larger than life, watching them, growing up around them, and all stuff like that. So when I'm watching TV, watching action movies, you had guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger, more muscles than anybody in history, one of the best physical bodies. The guy looks like a Greek god, like he walked off Mount Olympus over there. You got Stallone, who's beating the shit out of Apollo Creed time and time again, and Tommy Gunn, and Mr. T, and fight with Hulk Hogan. So you got a little Italian who'd fight to all hell. And I used to like watching boxing growing up too, and I was into different sports. I wasn't mainstream, which was football or baseball. I like boxing. Which is mainstream, but I like monster trucks. The bigger the truck, the better. I liked strongman competition, so we had guys like Bill Kazmaier, who was literally larger than life. The guy has 350 pounds of muscle. He's 200 pounds more than me. I think Bill Kazmaier was 330 pounds, so just about double of what I am. The guy was a house. He was built like a brick shit house. Monster. Look him up. I love Bill, man. I think he's still around too. He's doing speaking for the strongman competition still. And then pro wrestling, which we had guys like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, who was one of the biggest men who's ever existed, and Jim Hellwig, which was the Ultimate Warrior, who was my favorite guy. And then in my real life, my father was a pretty big Italian. I mean, 5'9", which is big for an Italian. And he was pretty built, had big arms and hands too, because he worked on big rigs. So if you've ever watched the movie growing up, Over the Top, which Stallone, and he's a truck driver and he's an arm wrestler, that's the story of my life. My dad was a truck driver, truck worker down in the yard down in Edison, and I'd go to work with him, and there was big guys in the yard down there, and they were like the guy, little Johnny, he was a little tiny guy who had big arms too, and they would arm wrestle in the lunchroom on the break and stuff like that. So it was funny growing up as a kid. My dad let me drive a truck, so the bigger the truck, the bigger the car, the better. I drove a big rig at 10 years old, so that's the story of my life. So in my vision, a vision of a man, it's the bigger the better. The bigger the muscles, like Arnold, the more fights you could win, like Stallone or like a Holyfield. The guy who has the prettiest women, the guy who has the nicest or the biggest car, the guy who has the most money. We got other influential guys too, like Donald Trump and money, and the guy who has the most power. So money and power kind of go together for me, whether you're a politician or anything like that. So how my vision has changed from this as a kid to now, and here's why. growing up after the years as an adult, not even as a man, like I said before, what I've come to realize and observing a lot of other people in life and things like that is muscles has absolutely nothing to do with being a man, right? Stephen Hawking was no less a man than me because he didn't go to a gym, but the guy was a fighter. The guy had a disease. I watched his movie and stuff like that, and the guy had a serious disease, ALS, whatever it was, and he fought his disease for 20 to 30 years longer than he should have. He was given like 2 or 3 years to live. And not only that, but the guy went on to figure out things scientifically that nobody could, provided for his family, wrote books, made money, and married 2 beautiful women. So the guy, so how is Stephen Hawking any less than anybody because he didn't have muscles or doesn't work out, right? So that's one thing. When it comes to fighting, what you learn as an adult, it takes a bigger man to walk away from a fight than it does to start a fight. Because as an adult, when I in the street every day, if I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna be fighting every day, especially in traffic, right? Because people curse me out all the time. So it takes more of a man to walk away from a fight because now I have too much to lose as a man, right? I have a family and this and that. I have money. I have to pay the bills and take care of the house. Because if I get into a fight and hurt somebody, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to have to pay for them because I've done it before. And they start to shit. You beat them up, and then they play the victim, and then they're just looking for a payout. That's all it comes down to. And if I've never been arrested or in trouble in my life, I'd have 3 houses. I wouldn't have 1 house. So that's that. Having a beautiful woman means absolutely nothing. I've dated some of the prettiest girls in the world, and one of them should have literally done Playboy. That's how pretty 2 of my girls were. And it means absolutely nothing when you're sleeping with somebody and they're dead inside. So, yeah, so if you're going to be with a woman, you have to make sure not only are they pretty on the outside, and that kind of helps, but are they beautiful on the inside? Are they a good person? Because even just for sex, if you're with somebody that's so empty inside, it's just not healthy. It's not good, and it kind of sucks to tell you the truth. So there's that. Being with beautiful women means absolutely nothing. The trophy wife, having a nice car means nothing but having higher car insurance. Money can't buy you happiness, so you can make all the money you want, but it's being successful that makes you a man, right? Doing something in your career and moving forward, becoming a boss, taking leadership roles. It has nothing to do with money. Though money is a part of it, so you can support your family. Money has nothing to do with it. The amount of money that you have, you can't buy happiness, because we've seen it all with the celebrities and all that stuff where they become selfish, they party all the time, they don't help other people, and then they try to commit suicide. They're just depressed. So there's that. And it's not the power that makes the man, but what the man does with power that makes the man, right? So if a man's in power, is he doing something good? Is he helping other people? Or what is it? So that's the definition of what the things that I thought would make a man. But it's what you're doing with the stuff. Well, what's going on there? So that's about it for that. And then I'll answer one more definition here, and that's really about it. To say what makes a man, this is it, right? A real man is loyal and honest and caring. A real man is dependable and is there for his family and his friends no matter what, and his employer. A real man has courage and stands up for what he believes in, and his thoughts do not sway. A real man will always be brave enough to protect himself and his family, because you should always stand up for yourself. A real man is secure in his own skin. A real man is the working man. And not only just a man that goes to work, but a man that works on bettering himself every day. Is he reading? Is he studying? Is he going to the gym? Is he working on himself as an adult, as a man? And a real man is there to provide protection and security for his family, right? Which usually is, oh, women want me for my money. It's just money just provides security, so you could buy a home, so you could start a life, and so you could do this and this and that, right? It's got nothing to do with money. It's security. That's why women go with men that have money, because it's just a form of security. That's really, that's what women look for. That's really my definition and what I believe a man should be. So that's it, and I'll end with this. So whatever a real man is whatever you define it to be. Like me, as younger, I believed a man should have the most muscles, the most money, and the most this and the most that, but none of it's true, like I said. So it's whatever you feel in your heart, and whatever you believe a man to be is, that's what you're going to live out. And for me, I just believe a man today is a better man, the good man, the man who helps people, the man who's is dependable and goes to work and provides for his family and stuff like that. And that's really about it, you know. So thanks again for always tuning into my channel. If you guys could share this, that'd be great. Get the word out, because I'd really love to go on some of these podcasts and shoot the shit with these guys and try to educate them a little bit. Whether it's Andrew Tate, James Patterson, James Peterson, the whatever podcast, Joe Rogan, I will get out there. London, did I say London Real already? I will get there and out there and talk to whoever, so I can help anybody I can, any way I can, and sell some books and make some money. So that's all I got. Thanks again for tuning in, and I hope you got something out of this video. See you later.